Hey guys, we're going to solve question number 1 here. Find the solution to the system of equations by graphing. This time you're going to notice that these equations are not in slope-intercept form. They're not in y equals mx plus b form. So we need to get them there before we graph them. So let's work on this first one here. So I'm going to put a line down the equal, so I remember whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I want to always get the x over first. So to get rid of a negative 2x, I'm going to add 2x. And whatever I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other. So I'm going to add 2x to both sides of the equation, both sides of the equal sign, right? This side is going to cancel out. That's why it brings it over, right? I'm getting rid of it over here, and I brought it to the other side. Now, negative 4 and a positive 2x are not like terms, so I can't add them together. So I'm just going to bring the 2x. I want to put the 2x first because y equals mx plus b. That comes first in our equation. So I'm going to put the 2x first, and then I just have this minus 4. I'm just going to bring it down. So you notice I just brought both of them down. Now I'll bring the y down, and you'll notice we're good to go. This is in y equals mx plus b. It's got the 2 is the slope, and the negative 4 is the y-intercept, right? To make it ready to graph, I'm just going to simply put a 1 underneath it. So now this is ready to go. I'm going to graph this in a second. So let's work on the other one second here. So again, line down the equals, but this says 2 times y. I can't add or subtract it because this is 2 times. To undo that 2 times, I have to divide by 2, and whatever I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So you notice I just divided by 2. When I divide by 2, remember I have to divide both numbers by 2. And remember, this negative x is really a negative 1x, right? So 2 divided by 2 over here cancels out to 1y, or just a y. And this is negative 1 divided by 2, which is just negative a half, right? Just negative 1 over 2. I'm just going to leave it that way. Bring the x along. And then I do 12 divided by 2, which is positive 6. So I think the second equation would be y equals negative 1 over 2x plus 6. Now both these equations are ready to graph, so let's go ahead and graph them. I should have used different colors, so I'm going to circle this one in blue. So let's do the first one. So it's telling me to start at negative 4 on the y line, right? On the y, start at negative 4. That's my y-intercept. It's telling me it's 2 over 1, which the top number is telling me to go up or down. I'm going up because it's positive 2. I'm going right 1, up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1. Remember, I follow that pattern until I run out of room. Once I run out of room, I go back and I do the opposite. So I'm going to go down 2 and left 1, down 2 and left 1. Just opposite direction, see how that makes the line longer. So I'm going to go ahead and make my line. Let me change the color for the second equation. Let's go to blue here. So it's telling me to start at positive 6. The end of my equation is the start of my graph. So I'm at positive 6 on the y line, right? Positive 6 on the y line. And it's telling me to go negative 1 over 2, which is telling me to go down 1 and right 2. I like to put the little arrows sometimes next to it to help me remember what to do. So I have to go down 1. I always go right on the bottom because it's positive. Down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2. This is where they overlap. That means looks like it's going to cross right there, right? Down 1, right 2. Once I run out of room, go back and do the opposite a little bit. Up 1 and left 2, up 1 and left 2. My second line looks like this. So again, they crossed at one point, which means they have one solution. Remember, if they would have been parallel, that would have meant that they have no solutions. And if they would have overlapped, it would have meant that they had infinite solutions. So they cross at, so looks like they cross at 4, 4, which means the solution is 4, 4. If these would have been parallel, it would have meant that they have no solutions. And if they would have overlapped, it would have meant that they have infinite solutions. All right, thanks for watching.